it's Joe from Bad News Racing, and earlier this morning we were going to take our Build Series Sonic out to go do some test hits and get some quarter-mile times. And when I turned the car on, I realized that there was an issue. And driving to work, it was bucking and doing all kinds of weird shit. So let's diagnose this bitch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna plug in our autocal, because I got a check engine light. So let's see what's going on. So obviously you turn your key once and take our cable. We're gonna plug this little beautiful bastard in. Once it turns on, we're gonna go diagnostics. We're gonna go to trouble codes. We're gonna display DTCs, MFG DTCs. Let's just check for all of them. So let's see. The ones we're gonna be looking for is the P0171 and the P1101. So let's see what this is right here. Fuel trim system lean. Okay, if you're having that, that would mean that you're having some type of issue with seal somewhere. You're getting extra air coming into the engine somewhere. So we're gonna go check out a few different places. First and foremost, we're going to go ahead and just turn the car on and see if we can feel for any air anywhere. All right, let's go ahead and pop this little bitch off. And it sounds like the diaphragm has taken a shit. That will go bad as a result of a bad PCV system, which on these from the manufacturer is just a little rubber nipple that's up in there that will deteriorate over time and just get sucked straight into your system, which then will cause you to have issues there. So I'm going to go ahead and say that is more than likely our issue. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get a new valve cover for this. Let's go do that. All right, so we got ourselves a brand new valve cover. Let's slap this little bastard on here and I'm gonna show you how. All right, so to remove your valve cover, you're gonna need an E10 to be able to take off the bolts holding down your valve cover. And then to remove your coil, you're gonna need a T30. So let's go ahead and do that shit. Let's get our coil up and out of the way so we don't gotta worry about that. Ah, yeah, you just want to pull up on it. Okay, so once you would take it out, I mean, you could either unplug it right here if you'd like, or you could just pull it up out of the way. I prefer to just lay it out of the way since this connection is very finicky and loves to break. So I'm not even gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna take it and just nicely lay it up out of the way. So now we're good. So now we're gonna come over here and all of these should be able to just come up right out of here and move off to the side. You're gonna wanna move it out as much as possible so you can get to these bolts here in the back. And we're gonna go ahead and just start taking these bitches off. That's me, man, no. All right, now that you got all your bolts loosened and everything's ready to go and you're about ready to pull this off, go ahead and pull your dipstick. We're gonna go ahead and take this little guy off to the side and remove your oil cap. All right. So now that we got all that off, let's go ahead and remove this bad boy.
Go get a flathead.
All right, so now that all the bolts are loosened and you got your oil cap off and you got your dipstick out, let's go ahead and remove it. If it's been on for 120,000 miles as this one has, get yourself a trusty flathead. Come here. I'm gonna try to pop it up. Okay. Broke it loose. Now, once we pull this bitch out, let's go ahead and just, before this makes any mess, let's just pull this out. Go ahead and just throw this off to the side. All right, remove the gasket, got all that out. Now, this little bastard over here, so there's a clip right there. I'm gonna put your flathead, and you're gonna push that in, and then pull up. Come on, you fucking whore. There we go. So then you're gonna push that up out of the way. And they're gonna be able to take this rotten piece of trash out. Let's put the new one in. I can't believe I just did it. All right, so once you remove all of that, you're gonna go in here and you're gonna make sure, wipe down everything, make sure there's no debris. You're gonna make sure everything is nice and clean and flat, so you make good contact with the new valve cover and gasket. You're gonna take some RTV, and you're gonna add it to these two seams right here where the block meets the area where the timing chain is. So you don't wanna put too much. So let's go ahead, we're gonna make sure that our gasket is in the grooves real nice and tight.
Just like a weed.
Good to go. So now, let's go ahead and drop it in. All right. All right, we're seated and we're where we gotta go. Nice. Hell yeah. All right, so now that we're on, all right. Now to make sure that we're seated properly, I'm just gonna lightly go over and just make sure that every bolt goes in. I'm not tightening just yet. I'm just making sure that everything goes in nice and easy. So now once you have your valve cover seated properly, make sure that every bolt goes in. Now it's time for tightening, and I can't stress enough, you do not want to over tighten any of these bolts. You want to make sure that you tighten it to spec, and there is also a pattern in which way you tighten them. I'm going to show you, but also we will slap the diagram of the order on the screen at some point in the next whatever in the video. you'll see it. So now we got our torque wrench, and we're gonna torque these down. The spec is 5.9 foot-pounds. So we're gonna go ahead and start on 1. All right, that's the last one. So we're gonna go ahead, put that bitch down. Oh, you can go ahead and put your dipstick back. Yeah. We'll put our oil cap back. And then you're gonna clip this right back into place. If you can see, they go right back on, and just gonna click it. And then everything just goes right back into place and clicks right where it goes. Right here, this little guy clicks right on. That's on. That's good. Let's bring this bitch back over. Okay. There you go. We're just gonna go ahead and put that right back on. Let's go start this guy. All right, so we turn the car back on. Go ahead and remove this guy again. And nice and sealed.